Okay, we're live.
Hey guys, what's up? Pete's Paleo Kitchen. Some folks behind me doing what we do best, packing up the food, getting it all good to go for this week. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. Anyways, we always make sure we have sharp knives here at the kitchen, and I wanted to show you guys how to sharpen a knife at home. This is a whetstone. It's one that I've obviously had for quite some time. You can see it's uneven. I've worn it down so much. But this was 60 bucks online, and it's lasted for 7 years. So it'll probably last for another 20. You let it soak for 10 minutes, and it pulls in all the water. This is on a wet cloth so that it doesn't move. This knife is pretty dull. It needs a good amount of work. So I'm going to start. You let the knife kind of tell you where the angle is on the bevel. And it's one of those things that takes experience, but it's about a 15-degree angle that you're looking for.
Hey guys.
And then you're gonna pull it towards you. And on the stripe back, I'm more just cleaning off the burrs of what I just did. I'm not really using any pressure, just gently gliding it on the way back. On the way through towards me, I'm pulling and really pushing it into that knife, or into that stone. Kind of get a rhythm to it. This is obviously after having done it for quite a while, but...
Share this video with your friends if they'd be interested in learning how to sharpen a knife.
And you can see all of that black water, or slime, is actually part of the knife. So you put it back into the water, clean the stone off, wipe the knife off on the towel underneath. Definitely going to want to wash this towel after you use it. It's got a lot of little bits of metal in it now. A couple more times, and then flip it over. Now the knife is on the other side. So what that means is that as I push away, I'm pushing hard and into the stone and sharpening the knife, and as I come back, I'm just gently grazing it across and cleaning it off.
So if you're just checking in, this is Chef Pete with Pete's Paleo. Our website is petespaleo.com. We deliver fresh paleo meals nationwide, and he is teaching you guys how to sharpen a knife.
So again, it's just going off a feel.
Pete, where would you get one of these stones?
The best place to get them is a website called Korin Knives. I believe it's just Korin.com, K-O-R-I-N. They have the best Japanese cutlery and the best deals on all of the things like this. I would definitely recommend that you just get a medium whetstone. They have fine whetstones, but that's not going to really do any work if the knife's really dull. And the medium whetstone is plenty, fine enough to get the nice, good and honed. This is a honer. They can be flat like this, or
no, we have not been on Shark Tank.
The rod honer that you'll get with a lot of knife kits. It does not sharpen the knife, it just hones it. It just takes the burrs off and evens it out. If you're using this to sharpen your knife, you don't have a sharp knife. So it's a little better. This knife was pretty dull, so in the next few minutes I'm just going to kind of work at it, and you can see the kind of effort that you want to put in to really bring an edge back.
I don't know, Diane, I was just ignoring him. How often should you sharpen your knife, Pete?
So in the kitchen, where you're making like hundreds of meals a day in a commercial kitchen, we sharpen it every week. But at home, you could do it a few times a year, and the knife is going to be really in good shape. Unless you're making dinner parties for 40 or 60 people every day. And
this is the thing, guys. Like, my knife that Pete bought me is pretty dull. It hasn't been sharpened in a while, and that's actually more dangerous than when your knife is super sharp and has been sharpened recently.
A really sharp knife requires much less effort when you're pushing through the vegetable or the meat or whatever it is that you're cutting, and much less effort means that you're not grating the knife and pushing really hard where you would miss, because you're pushing so hard just to get through the potato or the onion or whatever it is, and then you cut yourself with a dull knife, which is an ugly, painful, hard to heal cut. If you happen to nick yourself with a sharp knife, it's typically a very small, almost like a razor-like nick, and you can just kind of band-aid it and keep moving.
What grain did you have?
This is a medium grain.
Medium grain, Jenny.
Medium grain whetstone is the best Now there's something called...
Yes, we're doing the same knife still. How long does it typically take to do one knife, Pete?
Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Just depends on how much of an edge the knife needs to be brought back to it. There is a thing called a tri-stone, and that's for knives that really are basically butter knives. And it's a German tri-stone. It'll be basically a big plastic case that holds the stones. They sit in oil as opposed to water, so they work with oil instead of water. And they're much more expensive, and I really only recommend those if you're like a butcher or a professional chef and you need to have, you know, basically razor blades for knives. Otherwise, this whetstone is going to be more than you'll ever need, and like I said, it's between 60 and 100 bucks, depending on where you get it.
Where was the website again to get it?
Corinne.
KORIN.com. And for those of you just joining in, this is Chef Pete with Pete's Paleo. Our website is petespaleo.com. We deliver fresh food nationwide.
And then if you're a crazy chef, you can shave your arm hair with it to see if it works, or you could just use a piece of paper. It's probably less freaky. Just to test it, you should be able to kind of like pull the knife through. Yeah, you don't want to have any kind of hesitation. That's it. The knife's sharp. It's good to go. Oh yeah, it's got a nice edge to it. And this will be a much more efficient tool in the kitchen.
Thanks, guys.